Charles X and algorithm are trying to say that it's possible to achieve such cases. However, from our analysis, and this is our belief, personal belief, I think they are having this problem. They are in different dimensions, which means, for example, I don't know if you know Paul's metric, Paul's metrics regarding teaching. It has three levels. In this case, we organize it, and it defines it at theoretical level and practical level ethics, and meta and descriptive, and the three levels of normative issues. So F and algorithm are clearly on the theoretical level and normative, and Brett is only seeing descriptive issues in a practical sense. So we cannot use them as our balancing scales. So let's move forward and introduce what is finally locational privacy. Locational privacy can be seen the ability of an individual to move in public space with a reasonable expectation that their location